choose my own path? How can I be successful? How can I follow the path that someone else has laid for me to be successful?
I would rather shoot before I run. Pressure on my shoulder where it come. You should try and do what we done. Make $1 million while you done.
So if you could tell us.
Antonio, filmmaker, creator, businessman, all the dope concepts, the mindset, the businessman that he is. We'll be talking about all that today, man. You guys are tuned in to the 3 Milli podcast. It's your boy Caleb Smith. Thank you guys for joining in. Just keep coming in. Everybody keep joining. It's going to be a dope conversation again with Mr. Dontell Antonio. Shout out to Sid, everybody who's tuned in. I'm just a co-host, Caleb Smith. And also we got Josh Ikea. So make sure that you guys keep liking, commenting, subscribing, and joining all of our dope content. We appreciate you guys so much. This would not exist without y'all. So at 2 o'clock, we'll be going live with Dontell Antonio. Make sure that you guys tune in. Ask your questions. Drop it in the comments. Tell us what you guys think. Pretty much the whole purpose of this platform, and especially our masterclass series, is just to inform you guys. Have creators and game changers up close and personal with y'all. You can learn firsthand from their own life experiences, their mistakes, their greatest accomplishments as well. So it's just having a real conversation on live in real time. So Mr. Dontell Antonio, I see you right there. About to join with you.
What's the word? What's going on?
Hey, what's up with you, King? Hey, we appreciate you, man, just coming onto the platform. Thank you.
Man, I appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Starting off, man, how'd you get started in filmmaking, being a creative? What was that process?
I mean, it was just like an accident, to be honest. For my career, I was always a graphic designer. And so I think probably in like 2012, I was attending the Art Institute of Atlanta, and I wanted to make my graphics better, right? So I switched my major from graphics to photography.
Okay.
And at that time, the Art Institute of Atlanta was giving out these cameras, and they was at that time it was a 5D Mark II, which was kind of like #1 digital camera. I didn't know. I was just happy to get a camera, and the thing actually filmed. So one of my homeboys like, hey, can you film a music video for me? And I'm like, music video? I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm gonna do it. Okay. And I ain't gonna lie, that changed my whole life. I ain't been asleep since.
Wow.
You know, all because of him asking me to shoot his music video. It wasn't something that was planned. It was really just like an accident. So, and that got me to where I'm at today. So like when I tell people like, oh, what made you get into, directing and all that? I mean, I kind of just stumbled into it. It wasn't nothing that I was pursuing all my life or nothing like that. Yeah. And the things just all aligned to, get me where I'm at today. So it's, compound interest.
That's dope, man. That's dope. So, yeah. And the moment that you realized that this was something that you actually wanted to do, who were the people that you started to study? Who did you, try to learn from when it came to business and also on the film side as well?
Man, those levels, right? So it's different levels. So in the beginning, back in like 2012, when I first picked up the camera, I was actually just studying local people. Okay. You know how that is. You don't think outside of your own area, your own section. So I was studying all the local people, and I was like, man, like I'm like not idolizing, but I'm like, man, I'm loving what they doing, man. And I got to reaching out to some of them, and they shutting doors on me because I didn't realize at that time. It's like, yo, I'm in their competition to them. You see what I'm saying? So they're not going to do anything to empower me. They're not going to give me no games, no jewels, no nothing. Yeah. And I remember there's this one guy. I still remember his name. This was 2012, but I ain't going to say his name. And the cat, I asked him, like, what's the name of the light that's on your camera? This man going to say, he was like, it's called the big light. You got to go find out for yourself.
Wow.
I said, wow, that's crazy. That was in 2012. And even, we skipped to 2014, I'm doing big films and music video projects in LA. This same guy reached out to me and say, hey, man, can I come on your set? I ignored him.
On the bandwagon now.
I ignored him. But, so I went from studying local people to start studying some of the greats, right? And then start taking some of their characteristics and understanding where I want to go. So even when it comes to filmmaking and stuff like that, it's just like business. It's just like so many other things. What happened is we don't go study. We're not looking. We just in our little box. So we got to go outside and we got to start studying the people that was great at whatever it is that you're trying to do. No matter if it's filmmaking, no matter if it's entrepreneurship, whatever it is, you have to go study them. And so I started studying your legends. And I was like, okay, I love how they doing that. And I just started understanding what they was doing. And then you start seeing a shift in my quality and my product. And my stuff started to look from music video to actually looking like films. Because I'm studying the film people. And so everybody started to notice that. And so in like 2014, so this is about 2 years span. In 2014, I started getting clients paying me $5,000. And so I went from, my first paid gig was $20 to do some photos. And I was just at a flea market, right? I was at a flea market with my camera on my neck. And the guy was like, man, you take pictures? I said, yeah. He's like, I'll give you $20 right now to take pictures of my restaurant. So I didn't even know that you could get paid from this shit. And that $20 set it off, man. And that was crazy. And I was excited from there, you know. And so by the time 2014 came, so it's 2 years of nonstop practice, in and out. I was blessed to be a part of a few people's careers at that time. So I started off with a guy named K Camp, and also a guy named Sorry the Kid. And these gentlemen, if you looked in 2012 all the way to now, 2012, 13, 14, I was doing all their content. So I gave them the image that helped, you know, blow them up. You know, so I was a part of a lot of their big hit records and all that stuff. And that gave me a lot of confidence in my craft. So, you know, I thank those guys to this day. And, you know, and that's why we're here today.
That's love, man. And like speaking on confidence, on your IG, one of your clips that I saw, and I love it, where you talk about you got to be the most confident person in the room. So speaking on that, how important is it for us, especially as creatives, to be confident in our craft? Everything. How important is that?
It's very important, because us as creators, we always get taken advantage of because of the lack of confidence. And we rather chase an opportunity that can be presented as an opportunity, but might not really be an opportunity. So we too busy just excited, like, oh, I get to work with blah, blah, blah. And now that excitement, you ain't handling the business. Or you feel like, oh, I'm not good enough, so I'll just take anything they throw at me. And that's why you can't live off your creative passion. That's why you just surviving a little bit, you know, because of the lack of confidence. And at the end of the day, you are 9 times out of 10, probably 50 or more % of the reason why whoever working with you is getting seen. So
that's real.
You must take that into accountability. And when I say be confident, I'm not saying be arrogant or be an asshole or be nothing like that. Just know your value.
That's real. That's real.
You world and how the right business people understand the business aspect. And so I feel as if it's my job and duty to empower the creatives to understand, you know, hey, you can be self-efficient. Most creatives looking for investors. They looking for somebody to open a door. It's a few creatives that look for or build their own opportunity. So it's up to me to like, yo, you know, you actually could build your own opportunity while you waiting for a handout. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't gonna get you nowhere, king or queen, you know, so don't be scared.
Friends who actually started this platform, we graduated from Georgia State last year, you know, Mass Comm. And what was crazy about it is how the professors try to tell you the direction that your creativity should go in. And you speaking about independence, we even spoke about how we had to learn how to create our own LLC on our own. We had to learn how to create our own production company on our own, but it's not taught in school. So what do you think we should start doing with like my generation and yours as well about learning how to become more independent, because it's not taught in school at all?
It's never going to be taught. You know what I'm saying? Because how can employees teach you how to be owners when they're employees themselves?
That's real. Yeah.
So it's like you got to come out and see. You got to understand where you want to go, and you got to listen to the people that done it. You sitting there listening to the teachers, and they ain't done it.
That's right. Yeah.
It's confusing. And I tell people all the time, that's why I created the Creative Business University. You know, so you can literally learn everything you just said. You have to go find out how to go start your LLC, how to build everything. I teach you how to do that step by step. And then also how to go out and get funding. Like a lot of people don't know how to go and get funding. And I teach you how to switch your mindset. Right. So before you go get some money, before that, you can't have that same old mindset. You got to switch everything. It's a process to this, you know, and it took me 8 years to understand this process. So, but that's why I can be like, yo, hey, here go the game, here go the tips, and here go how to do it. You just got to listen and don't think somebody got to give it to you for free. I had somebody the other day say, oh, what's the catch? Oh, what you mean, what's the catch? Ain't no catch. You go buy a pair of shoes, there ain't no catch to that. You buying the shoes.
Real. That's real.
You feel me? So it's like people just got to have the right mindset. They want everybody to get them something for free, or they want to pull a race card. And it's like, come on, man, let's make it happen. What are we talking about? You go get that money elsewhere, but you don't want to give it to your own community without thinking somebody trying to take from you, scam you, do some bad business or some weird shit. Like, it's crazy to me, man.
Yeah. And look, I mean, speaking on that same point, what are some of the pros and some of the cons as being a Black creative right now?
I mean, the pros in it is you get to own your shit, or you get to create, you get to be a part of something. Like right now, it's like for creators, it's kind of probably like a prime time for us. And so long, like the access to the internet, the social media, to all these accessories and things that you need to scale, it's a blessing for us, right? So that's a blessing, but also kind of, it's like everybody, quote unquote, want to be a creator, but everybody isn't a creative, right? Now everybody probably got some creative hobbies, but they're not taking it full force. So you just get out the way. Get out the way and let us creators just real create and actually change the economic system with the creativity. To be honest, everything you see, like all these TV shows you think of, these interviews you hear, everything come from somebody that was creative. You might not see their name on it because they didn't understand how to handle the business, but you see what they was able to do.
That's right.
So
that's right.
And what my man say, Brian Allen said, his life changed once he realized it wasn't show business. It was a business of show, you know, and that's the same guy who bought the Weather Channel and all of that. Because early in the 90s, he realized that it was business. And now the man a billionaire. You see what I'm saying? Because he understood that it was business. And so that's what I'm sitting here teaching us, like, yo, this is business. It's no, people like want to pull a race card and all of that because they can't get no money from the bank. No, it ain't no race card. It's you don't got your paperwork together. Like,
I mean, you speaking facts.
Like, come on, man. And then you got people trying to teach you how to get your paperwork, but you don't even want to listen.
Wow.
Like, it's crazy to me, man.
So I mean, right now you have the Creative Business University, which I think is huge. Very soon I'm gonna be even applying and getting this out of that, so I can learn. Seriously, man. How important is that schooling, that information for our generation?
Man, for our cultures, for our culture, like it's the stuff that you will never look for, you'll never find. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you don't know it exists. You know, when it comes to the stuff that I put in there, man, I took months and months to put together that curriculum. So it ain't something I just threw together like, oh, I want to make some money. No, I don't care about it. Like, that ain't even like a main money stream for me. So I really don't care. I just was like, let me empower my people, but let me make them put a little skin in the game. Because if I gave it to them for free, they wouldn't value it as if they would have put some skin in. You see what I'm saying? And it's game changing because what I'm doing is teaching you financial freedom, but also I'm giving you that mindset that you need. And I'm also allowing you to create generational wealth from your creative passion. I'm not teaching you like, hey, take your money and go buy this and that. No, I'm teaching you how to take your skill and make money off of this so you can own this and you can pass this down generations and generations. And you be proud of what it is that you do. That's what I'm teaching. And I'm teaching you how to be able to structure everything so you actually own something. And not just say I own a business when you don't even got the business in order. Just because you got an articles of a corporation, an LLC, don't mean it's a business. How's a business and you can't walk in the bank and get some money from it? How's a business and you're not even filing your tax returns or don't even understand your P&L statements? How is it a business if you can't write shit off? Or don't even know what you writing off and why you writing off? You
preaching. People
just got LLCs.
And that's it.
It's like, and
Just
then
stop
don't
right
even
there.
understand what the LLC versus incorporation is.
Mm.
You know, it's like, how big are you really trying to go?
Yeah.
You trying to, because LLC's cool if you're trying to think small, but incorporations is big if you're trying to one day go on Wall Street and go on the stock market. You see what I'm saying? But they're not going to teach us the difference in all of that. And as creators, we're not even worried about that because, like I said, we just worry about perfecting our creative passion.
And
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
So
That's right. So how do you break down time to still be a creative, but also to understand how to be a very good businessman as well? Because I think that sometimes that, I've even seen it from personal experience, that people get too excited about the actual creating aspect, but not excited about the business aspect and just saying like, hey, I can just hire somebody for that. So how do you make time for both business and also creativity as well?
I'm just a natural businessman in general. Like, I was born, I've been an entrepreneur from my recollection since 7. I was that kid on the corner, selling Kool-Aid, selling icy cups, and then I was also the kid knocking on doors, shoveling snow, cutting grass. I'm from Chicago.
Okay.
And also I was raised in Minnesota as well. So I'm in where snow was and stuff like that. So I was always to go get it. Or in elementary, we couldn't wear earrings, so I go buy magnet earrings and I flip those to the students. You know what I'm saying? Or in middle school, I was a kid ordering shit from China. See, I was doing that in middle school. I have my PSP running around with everything you want from China inside my PSP. You see what I'm saying? So for me, I've been that. I just now I critiqued it. Now I understand it. Like right now, probably for this year alone, I'm 14 books in reading. You see what I'm saying? But I studied all of the billionaires. I understood all the traits. I understood America. So I took time to study America. You see what I'm saying? So within the last 2 years, I really deep down and studied America so I could understand how to craft this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So before I was just naturally doing it. Now everything is strategic.
Yeah, I love that.
So,
I love that. How important is planning ahead too?
It's very important. You can't,
man. Like me and my co-host, shout out to Josh Ikea for everybody who's tuned in. But even with this, like this was just an idea in like December, and now already like we planned ahead. And seeing when you plan ahead, you can actually execute, see like what you have to do, check off. So how do you plan ahead?
So we use a system called we'll have our goals, and then we'll break our goals down into objectives, and then we divide it by quarters, right? So let's see, of course, it's just like 12 months. We got 12 months. So we understand what we want to do in the first 3 months or the first 4 months, depending on what type of process we're going. Most of the first 3 months, and we'll do quarters. And so our end goal. So let's see if our end goal this year is 10 million, to make $10 million. Okay, so now we know now we rewind that and we work backwards. And so we take all the objectives in each quarter, what we need to be doing to hit whatever goal number that is. And then we start hitting it. We hit it, but we also be very realistic and give cushion. So, and we don't half-ass. So it's really just understand where you want to go. And I tell people all the time, if you get in your car and you don't have a destination, then you're driving in circles.
That's real.
That's it. You feel me? So you must have a destination. You must have realistic goals. And you must not beat yourself if you don't reach them goals. You must understand exactly everything that you're doing so you can change it up next month or do this next month. And that's really it, man. So it's just being prepared. And my blessing was when it comes to production, everything we have to prepare. We can't go into no production without preparing. So we have to take time. If it's a film or if it's a music video, whatever it may be, I have to do pre-production.
Wow. Yeah.
So that built the etiquette especially since 2013. So I've been having an etiquette.
That's dope, man. And you work with people in the likes of B. Simone, DC Young Fly, like you said, Sorry the Kid, K Camp. When you start working with all of these people, what networking tips do you have? Like, how did you start, getting in touch with all the right people?
They was already my friends. I always been myself, So, and the thing about it is, like, all of them guys I've been knowing since 2013, 2012.
Before they come up.
Before all our come ups.
Yeah.
And I always was there whenever you need me. I was there. I was that guy. I wouldn't charge them. I never charged them ever. I never charged them for nothing. You feel me? Because I believed in them, and now look at them. Majority of people I believe in, I just believe in them. And I was like, whatever you need from me, let's get it done. Because people forget that money is cool, but you're not gonna make money off of small shit. Like that's just not gonna do nothing. But the relationship's gonna always make you money. But some people like so bill tight that I gotta pay my bills and this and that. Nah. And so even like Fly and all them, it's like, yo, bro, they literally seen that I had like back in 2013 nonstop that I was etiquette. So whenever they have a project that's big, they always gonna call me because they know, oh, he gonna get the job done. He's gonna make it presentable. He's not gonna drop the ball because I've been doing that.
Mm.
So it ain't something I just picked up today. I've been making shit look big.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. I love that.
And on bullshit. So
yeah. Also with like your quality, I've heard you say in previous interviews that you were willing to invest in the quality, and I just think as well, especially with like my age group, with us like in the 22, 23, 24 range, I think that most of our mistakes somewhat comes from wanting to do it but not investing in it monetarily, and we'll spend money on like trips to Miami, or we'll spend money going to just doing other things. And I think that sometimes is that we are those same kids who's like out on spring break aren't investing into their own businesses or creating a business. So how do you feel about people not being focused, or what advice do you have for them not being focused on paying for their own business and not even creating their own businesses?
Man, I mean, you already answered it in the question. You see what I'm saying? I was gonna lie to you. It's just get focused, man. At the end of the day, you got to make sacrifices. Everything is a sacrifice. And I personally believe if you don't pull back into whatever is nurturing you, it's gonna die. So if you got a beautiful flower because you got a beautiful garden, well, it's your job to make sure that that garden gets all the sunlight, all the water, all the protection it needs, so it can keep growing and you can keep having that beautiful garden or keep living off that garden, whatever it may be. So you must do that. And a lot of people these days get distracted by social media, and they're like, yo, I gotta live this type of lifestyle. Oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. No, you just gotta keep staying 10 toes down. You got to keep investing into whatever's making you that money, whatever's going to be able to hold your generation for generations, because don't get distracted. That other shit is temporary. Going to Miami, that trip, matter of fact, you going to Miami to spend money, to hang out, to do this life, to come back and start over. But when you invest into your entity, your business, it's going to keep coming. It's going to keep coming. It's not going to stop. And like you said, that temporary pleasure, come on, man.
It don't amount to anything.
So like I'm blessed, man. You know, like my creative business, you know, we did damn near way over 7 figures from my creative passion. You feel me? It's like, so to be able to be under 30, make over $1 million off of my creative passion, and was able to invest into everything I wanted for my creative passion, it's crazy. And I didn't have to rob, steal, cheat, or take from nobody. You see what I'm saying? And to be honest, I don't give a fuck about none of that little lifestyle that these people living on the social media. The shit is fake. So
I mean, you preaching, bro.
So I don't get distracted, man. You know, sometimes I'm human. We have man. Sometimes we look like, damn, okay, damn, they really doing that. But then you go looking like, oh no, that shit ain't that. Damn, what the fuck I got distracted for? You feel me? So And
I see, you know, right here,
Jamal, it's
a creative space, and we can even transition to that with composite media. My boy Josh, the co-host, he's actually filmed a few interviews over there, and he spoke highly about it. We might even, you know, try to check out the space, the film, all that. So what even led to you creating a great creative space where creatives like myself and millions can just come into film, edit, have photo shoots, all that stuff? What led to that whole process?
Man, it's just being able to help. That's it. I just want to help. That's it. Simple as that. I feel as if I want to help. And right now I'm actually thinking about getting something even bigger. So we in the works of probably relocating and stuff like that. We think about that right now and working that out just to go bigger. But I just want to help. That's it. My space is just to help. Everything I do is to help. Like the university is to help. I can keep all the knowledge in the game to myself. Even Jamal, no, he got stuff where he teaching people. Like we could keep all the information to ourselves. We can keep all this, but we choose to help. But we're not going to force you to take the knowledge or take the information. So even building the I Am Creative app, that was to help. You see what I'm saying? I'm not making no money off that shit. That's to help. So
I love that, man. Last night, me and my brother, we were actually talking about creatives sometimes not putting other people on. and seeing what you're doing is very important. What instilled that confidence in you to not be worried about, hey, if I put this young guy on or this young woman on, and she can be even greater than me, but I'm gonna create that opportunity? What leads that confidence in you? Because a lot of people aren't confident to even allow somebody to be put on game. So what led to that?
I'm a real kid from nothing, like, you feel me? So
Yeah.
like, my mother was a crackhead, like she was addicted to crack cocaine, and my biological dad was killed when I was 1, right?
Wow.
So I was raised by so many different people, so many different ethnicities, so many different religions, and I'm here today. So all these people poured into me. They weren't thinking, oh, this kid gonna outdo me. No, all they did was let me make sure this kid go on the right path. And it's the same thing with life. So these people took the time to help me, and they weren't thinking of competition or nothing, like, or didn't care about race or nothing. They said, let me just help this kid, right? And so in my mind, you got to think, I have all these people help me to get me to where I'm at today. So I can't get to where I'm at today and be like, yo, I'm going to be selfish when all these people took the time, and I'm talking about major sacrifices to get me here. And so I have to pay it forward with anything that I do. So I don't believe in competition. I believe in empowering the people and taking people to the next level. So if I see them slipping and falling in something, my job is to help them get up and don't slip and walk away from whatever's making them slip. Yeah. Because that's what the people did for me.
I love that. I love that.
So my mission and everything and my fuel is different from a lot of people. Yeah. So it's unexplanatory. It's like, it's my reason. It's my mission. And everything that I'm doing in my life today is for 4 generations down. It ain't for today. Wow. So
that's love, man.
So
right now, with this virus going on, I know it's like the talk of the town, but one of the things that I'm starting to notice, like within this moment of time, is how people are talking about, hey, creatives, this is your time, because now people have nothing to do. They can tune in. You can just create. You don't have to worry about work or like outside influences. So during this time that people are quarantined with creatives, what advice do you have for them if they have all this free time right now?
Man, to be honest, man, half of the people still doing the same shit they've been doing. Nothing.
Yep.
They thinking it's a vacation. Yep. You know, so the ones who've been creating are still creating. The ones who wasn't creating is not creating still. Yep. Yeah. And if they are, they're creating TikTok videos.
That's real.
So, I mean, if you got the opportunity to work on your passion, then do it, man. You know, go hire a creative company, Composite Media, or myself, and help you with your content and get going. Like, I had a lot of people sign up for our content creation development, man, within these last couple of weeks, even during this thing, man. So I want to shout out them because they take an initiative, you know. And to the people who know they need content, the right content, sign up, man. Stop bullshitting. Yeah. You know, this is just a real thing. Like, yo, you need to go chase your creative passion, because you might be fired from your job and you might have to come to find a new gig or whatever it is. But if you was hosting on your creative passion, you could live off that. Like, with creative passion, I don't care what the economy do, creators gonna make it happen.
That's real.
Somebody gonna need us. It might not be a certain class, but a different class will need us. Somebody gonna always need us.
That's right, man. That's right. So, and as a content creator, there's ups and downs, peaks and valleys. And for people like myself, for so many others who've started their own platforms, what strategies can we use to make sure that we stay focused and not too worried about all the ups and the downs of the process?
Stop focusing on anything that could be negative, because you're going to have ups and downs regardless of if you had $1 billion today. You're still going to have some ups and downs. It doesn't matter. It's always going to come. So that is unchangeable. Yeah. So don't focus on that. Only focus on that end goal, and whatever comes your way, which people call it obstacles. I call it motivational pinpoints, because anything you ever been through, that motivational pinpoint didn't do anything but make you stronger. That's all it is. So you just focus on that goal and get there. Yeah. And don't think about the ups and downs. When you face them, that means you got to hit a new level. Yeah. So take it, embrace it. Yeah. You ever been told embrace the impact? Just embrace it. That's it. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
And know it's coming.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 5 years from now, where do you see your business, your creations, all that stuff? Where do you see everything 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I will have my company will be able to help a lot of creatives create their content to another level. My goal is to basically become like a fund for creatives, where it's like, let's say if you had a movie idea, everything made sense, you needed $1 million, my company will be able to do that, to get your content off the ground.
Okay, that's amazing.
So I'm gonna be that hedge fund for creatives. So in the next 5 years, I'll be doing that, and we'll be owning a lot of assets.
Okay, that's
So
awesome,
yeah.
man. And as somebody who creates, what makes Atlanta so special right now? Because it's popping on all cylinders. So, like, what makes Atlanta so special for creatives during this time period?
I think Atlanta is just a place where everybody could come together, you know, and everybody challenge each other. Because once you see somebody else doing something, you like, oh, I got to do better.
Yeah,
so I think Atlanta is just one of those places that challenge you, and you see a lot of people like yourself making shit happen. So you young, you know, especially us in our 20s, like, yo, we making shit happen. And we not asking for permission, we just doing it. You feel me? So I think that's a plus.
Yeah, I love that. And do you think that there's this like hesitant spirit of people who are kind of worried about, hey, I want to start my own platform, but I would prefer working for like a company first?
I think that's what was instilled in us from schools.
Yeah.
So I think they just gotta uneducate themselves with that, because at the end of the day, the reason I dropped out of college, I dropped out 3/4 from my bachelor's due to the fact that they was teaching me how to be an employee and how to go and take my first few years and 5 to 10 years and work as an intern. And I didn't understand that, because it's like, yo, I'm getting this degree. Actually, I'm getting this little piece of paper to magically might get a job to work for somebody. Might.
Yeah.
I'm paying y'all $60,000 to might get a job.
That won't pay you 60 G's.
That won't.
Yeah.
or it's going over years and I still won't have enough to pay salary. Man, this shit is crazy, man. So I just tell them, man, you know, go out and get it, man. I'm not telling you everybody could be an entrepreneur. Whatever you can be, if you have the opportunity and the mental capacity to be an entrepreneur, take the risk. That is what I'm telling you. But if you know you're not an entrepreneur, don't come.
Yeah, I love
Work
that.
around creatives, though. Work around people that's going to stimulate you. If you can get paid to create and to stay stimulated, do that job. But most people just get a job anywhere, and they be working at places that they hate, that make their energy off, because it's all about energy. So if your energy off, you ain't happy. I don't care if you can take trips to Dubai or whatever, you can take trips. If you got to take a trip and come back to an unhappy place, that shit all fake.
I love that, man.
So one book I was reading, it was telling me, like, it was like, once your inner passion and outer passion meet, that's when you become happy. So you can be passionate on the inside, but not on the outside, and it won't never meet. So that means what you're doing right now, making money, if that's not making you happy, you're not going to be happy. You know, so you got to make them both connect in order to be happy, truly happy.
That's real, man. That's real. So do you think that it's more of a better move for kids who already know that they want to be creatives before they even go to college, and to instead that same money that would be used for college, use that towards their own businesses?
Yes, but I will also tell them, make sure they get a mentor.
Okay.
So they know where to put that money, how to move that money, how to place that money. Because if they just get the money and just put it out, they're going to lose it, because they're going to try to keep up with the Joneses. So even though they start their own business, they're still looking at the people around them, and they're trying to catch up to them, not realizing that the people that they 9 times out of 10 looking at been probably 20 years ahead of them or 10 years ahead of them. So they're not supposed to be on that level just yet. So just understand, yo, play your position. So most of us as creators, we looking up to the Tyler Perrys. We're talking about a man that been doing this for 25 years, majority of our life. You feel me? And then we talking about the Spike Lees and all, whatever it may be, whatever field you're in, you looking up at somebody that been doing this for 30-some years damn near, and you trying to get to where they at today.
It's not going to happen.
It's not. So slow down, pace yourself, and understand, hey, just follow your own path. Just follow your own path, because in 30 years, you don't know what the hell they've been through to get them there. But you thinking you need to be there. Now you're going to hinder yourself because you're focusing on them and not yourself.
Wow.
So you're going to crash.
Yeah.
You're going to crash because you're trying to keep up.
Yeah.
So I especially us as African American, yo, understand where you're going. Because 9 times out of 10, you might be the first entrepreneur in your family. You might be first generation, so you don't have nobody, unlike other ethnicities that had their father was an entrepreneur, their grandfather was an entrepreneur, their great-grandfather was an entrepreneur.
So they already had generational wealth.
Generational wealth, generational education, and they got a name. their legacy. So it's like that's what they
real.
passing down. So they done, the people, the great grandfathers, the one that took all of the bullets. So, but you have to be the one to take all the bullets today. So that's, you got to understand that. So don't try to keep up with the Joneses. Don't try to go about all the designer because you see somebody flashy with it. Hey, I tell people all the time, yo, we both running a race. We both in the marathon. If you too busy looking at that other person in that lane, you're going to trip and break your legs.
Yeah.
They can let them outrace you. Let them outrace you. Because by the time you catch up to them, they're going to be burnt the fuck out.
That's real.
Yeah. It's like, come on, man. Most of these people buying Gucci, Louis don't own shit.
Yeah.
And they probably scammed the gap, did some weird shit to even get there. So
hey,
they don't care.
Man.
They don't care, man. We really working hard for every fucking dollar. So it's going to be harder.
Yeah.
Don't take no shortcuts anyway, because you wanna know the blueprint. If you understand the blueprint, you can always keep it going and you can share that blueprint. But if you taking shortcuts, you can't show your mama how to do this, or you can't show your best friend how to do this because you done took a damn shortcut.
Wow.
Come on, man. But we don't think that. We want that fast money. Y'all going with that shit. I'll take mine slowly.
You preaching, man.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I mean, really, man, because I think that all of us, just as like human nature sometimes, you know, we want to speed up the process. Apparently, even with you, like I can already tell how you just practice patience. How do you just continue practicing that same patience? How do you, matter of fact, how do you not try to overdo it sometimes? Because I think when we have these lofty goals, like we want to accomplish it by next week, but how do we just make sure that, hey, it's a process, and two, how do we just take it step by step?
Man, I got the right people around me. Like, I'm a creative, man. So we execute shit. We be like, yo, I want this shit done next week.
Immediately.
Like, I got the right people around me to be like, yo, slow it down. Yeah. And that's my blessing. Like, I got the right support team, man. You know, so sometimes I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I just make a move and then I go play catch up. But, and they'll cuss me the hell out. Don't get it twisted. Everybody around me will cuss me the fuck out.
I like that. Hey,
without a hesitation. And they be like, yo, who the fuck told you to do that? I'm like, man, shit, me?
Felt that fire, yeah.
You feel me? And the timing was off, so it might fail. It might fail. Like, and we in a generation where we critique people if they fail. It's like, no, I just threw that out there to see what it was, and I didn't give it enough nurturing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I'm just trying something. I'm testing the market. But in our generation, in our ethnicity, they don't let us test the market. Like, you feel me? Like, I know, like 4 years ago now, I remember I did a Kickstarter, you know, to do one of my films, and I just wanted to try that platform out, and I failed, right? You know, and I was so mad because all these people around me got it and this and that. I'm like, why y'all didn't believe in me? You feel me? And I just threw that out to test, and I failed. And I ended up turning around and using all my own money to get it done. But the point is, I just did it. And if I would have took the time and just nurtured it and got it prepared right and had a right campaign and marketing campaign around, it would have succeeded. But I took that loss, and I needed to go through that. That was 4 years ago.
You turned it to a lesson.
Everything. And that's what I teach my clients. Like, come on, man, let's prepare. Like, we're not just throwing shit out. Like, best believe every piece of content you ever see me throw out, I made it back. You see what I'm saying? So when I sit down with my clients, I critique a campaign for them so they can do the same and so they can level up. You know, so yeah, man. But yeah, we all go through it. I ain't gonna lie to you, King.
Yeah, hey, it happens. It happens, man. So, it happens, bro. Dontell, man. So. Bro, before we even head out, I just gotta ask these last two questions, man. One of the last two is, how do we embrace failure? Because you just spoke about failure. So if we could just like focus on that real quick, how do we as creatives focus on failure? Because I think that we're afraid to fail without realizing that we can learn a lot from failure. So how do we just embrace that?
Man, just understand you can, as long as you can get back up and do it again, you're gonna win.
Yeah.
Because most of us not gonna make that same mistake twice. Some of us will, because we didn't get the lesson.
Yeah.
Right? So you're going to keep falling until you realize that lesson. So what I tell you to do, just slow it down and understand the lesson. So like I say this all the time, I say the big guy, right? And when I say the big guy, I'm talking about God, right? And the big guy sometimes puts something smaller in your way to prevent something bigger from happening. As long as you see that message then you're going to receive whatever that big blessing is, or stop whatever big thing that could have crashed you. So just whatever you do, see that message. Take that message. Some people right now, let's see if you did something, you lost $30. Right now, you'll be, not you in general, I'm just talking in general, you'll be mad as hell because you lost that $30, but you wouldn't realize, hey, that lesson you just learned stopped you from losing $3 million.
That's real.
But we not thinking that. We just looking at that, oh,
short term.
Come on, man. You learning the lesson, so pull that lesson out to whatever loss it is so you can gain. And that's what game changing. And that's how you embrace failure. It's gonna happen. I don't care what level you get to, you're gonna crash, you just get your ass up and do it again. But understand the lesson.
That's facts, man. And until last thing for you, man, what is next for you? Like, what are you working on right now? What are some projects that we can expect like within 2020 or 2021?
All right, well, the next thing for 2020 is I'm about to release my book.
Okay.
It's done. I'm actually gonna put out the pre-sale soon. Actually, it was supposed to be out, but this Corona shit.
Yeah.
My birthday is April the 14th, Team Aries.
Okay.
So I'm actually gonna release the pre-sale link on that date, and I created a whole book to empower creatives, to teach creatives the business of being a creative. It's game changing. It's nothing out there like that, and it's gonna be able to blow your mind away. So
that's dope, man. Dontell, you are a legend, bro. We appreciate you, man. And also, where can everybody keep up with all your work, everything like that as well?
Man, follow me on Instagram at Dontell Antonio. Follow Composite Media. Follow I Am Creative. Follow Anna Apps. Man, just follow everything I'm doing and just keep up with what I'm doing, because everything I'm doing is to empower you. I'm not no greedy dude. I can't be selfish. It's too much money in the world. There's too many opportunities in the world. And if you want it, let's go get it. I'm trying to get it with you. You feel me? I ain't trying to take it from you. Oh yeah, and then I got another thing. I got in my bio, if you go to my bio, I got a link to teach you how to go get funding. Like, it's strictly funding. Like, the link is $75 for the class to get you funded, but I'll show you how to actually get an 800 credit score, how to pre-build your credit profile so you can, and how to walk in and get no less than $25,000 in funding. So you get $25,000 to $50,000 in funding, and inside the course, it teaches you step by step how to do everything. So it's no more excuses. That $75 turned into no less than $25,000. I'm not here to take from you. I don't need no percentage and none of that. Do what you got to do and invest into yourself. So all you got to do is believe. You feel me?
Thank you. Dontell, everything that you're doing, bro, keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much.
I have no other choice.
Yeah, hey, I hear it.
And
man.
you as well, King, man. You and your team, man.
Thank
I sent you when you sent me the link to look at your podcast, I really looked at it that day. I was like, man, that shit look dope, man. Y'all, that shit look cinematic. Y'all keep killing it. I'm gonna get on the show when you invite.
Oh, hey,
I'm there.
Once it's over, we got you, bro.
Yeah. No, this shit fake. Nah, but, everybody who tuned in, if you don't follow me on Instagram, please follow me. And if you do follow me, please DM me and let me know what you took away from this. Let me know what I need to work on. And let's just stay connected and see if I can help you or if you can help me. And make sure you say this live and send it to me, King.
Oh, hey, after this, I got you. And also, we'll have this probably posted on our YouTube channel probably tonight or tomorrow at the latest. And we got you.
Man, everybody who took time to watch this, man, I know y'all was going in and out, but thank you guys so much. I'm out this guy.
Yes, sir. And you be good.
All right, you as well, King.
All right. All right, y'all. Make sure that you guys follow us at 3 Milli Pod. Again, it's your boy Caleb Smith. Shout out to my team with Josh, Ikea, everybody that's behind the scenes as well. We thank you guys so much, Courtney, Sid, Jordan, everybody. So we thank you guys so much. Make sure that you guys keep tuning in, and y'all can follow us at 3 Milli Pod, and subscribe to us on YouTube as well. Check us out. Peace.